Hello? Hello.
Hello, Mistress Iris.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing all right. How are you doing on this fine Los Angeles afternoon?
I'm doing quite well. I have a new boy toy that I've been
Oh,
playing with, who's
is that
just
so?
here for the weekend, staying with me.
Oh my goodness. What a lucky
Yes.
young man or old man. I'm not here to judge.
He's 20 years old.
Oh my God, it's a baby.
I know, I'm so bad.
And what's that like? Do you have to teach him how to, I don't know, eat solid foods? Like a dick, like a strap on? I don't know.
Yes, exactly. Yes. Took his anal virginity
Oh my gosh, I hope you
just
bought him a
now.
cake afterwards.
Yes, he
Uh,
deserves a good reward.
and
If
how did
that
he like
wasn't
that?
reward enough.
That seems pretty, yeah. Sometimes the journey is its own reward.
hmm
Um,
And I
well,
took him shopping today for some
oh,
panties.
oh my goodness.
Yes.
And
His
how did that work out?
It was great. He was very embarrassed and
Hmm,
I got to have a blast what you know,
sure.
asking the lady about which panties I should get for him.
Hmm. And what happened when you got them?
Oh, well, of course, we had to have a little fashion show.
Sure. I can see how that would be relevant.
Yes.
No,
Yes, he's wearing cute little panties and at my feet right now.
my goodness. Uh, Well,
Yes.
what a lucky young man. I
Mm-hmm.
hope he listens to this later and blushes thinking of
Oh,
that.
yes. Yes, it'll be a good little journal.
Yeah, exactly.
To look
Um,
back on.
must be very different playing with somebody who's that
hmm
young.
Yes. So something interesting I've noticed
Mm-hmm.
in the last actually I realized it was very much correlated with the election.
Hmm.
Um After Trump won the election, Justin Clients,
What? No, I'm just. I mean, I heard about it.
yes. I got we last episode we talked about how I got a surge of women,
Mm-hmm.
female clients suddenly, and
Mm-hmm.
also young people, like young boys as well,
Huh.
trying it for the first time. And it's all kind of this influx right after a few weeks after the election. And
Hmm.
I think I was asking about, oh, why did you guys decide to come see me and things like that. And I think everybody is in this kind of mindset right now of, after the election, and everybody's just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna do this thing I've been wanting to do for years.
Yeah, I
um
think they're like, well, the
yeah.
world is ending, so I'd better
Yes,
find out
exactly.
exactly what makes me come the hardest
Yes,
in between now
exactly.
and when the bomb drops.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's a very fascinating thing, the correlation that's happening. Um but yeah, everybody seems to be in this like self-exploratory place where just trying out things that are taboo and generally socially like maybe not acceptable, and so they've been like wanting to try but not trying for a long time. And
Yeah,
right now, like, oh well, society is going to shit, so like what am I trying to fit in kind of thing,
yeah.
I think.
And also, it's interesting the idea
hmm
of kink as a form of protest. I mean, it's not. It's a very
Sure.
personal form. Obviously, it's not the
Sure.
same thing as
Yeah,
getting out in the streets. It's not. It is not
definitely.
helpful to others in the same way as getting out in the
Yeah.
streets is. But it
Yeah.
is a way of rejecting social and societal norms.
Exactly.
And sex is
Yes.
one of the great ways that society, and great here
Mhm.
meaning large, not good,
Mhm.
ways that
Yeah.
society controls our behavior.
Yeah.
Um, it's interesting. I wonder whether that'll sort of I wonder whether that will sort of change the not just the who the clients are and
Yeah.
but also what they're interested in. I don't know
Yeah,
yet,
yeah. Yeah,
but I sort of
definitely. I'm I'm just like taking this with open arms, really. Just I've been really enjoying playing with such a much more diverse clientele. And so I've been learning so much more from it too, because, um, there's certain things that, like, men and their like 40s, 50s, 60s are into, who are of a certain social economic class. And it's there's a lot of patterns, and then you kind of get
hmm
good at those things. And I'm having a lot more people who are do not fit that mold coming to see me, and really like opening me up and making me learn about new things too.
Yeah,
So that's been
what
great.
is this sort of like? Obviously, men in their who are younger
Yeah.
than that, obviously they come immediately. But aside from that, what's the difference?
Oh, I don't let them.
Okay, that seems fair. That
I
seems
don't
fair.
let them. I am very skilled at not letting boys come.
Sure. Yeah, that's kind of yeah. Seems like there's a lot involved in that. Yeah. Uh,
Uh-huh.
what are some
Um,
things that you've learned about that sort of, or what is a different sort of thing?
mhm. Well, it's easier when they're young.
Oh yeah,
They're just so
because they can just think
like
of a
just
walnut and get an erection.
oohing and eyeing
That's
with every little thing I do. It's like so satisfying. I feel like I'm cheating a little. I'm so
sure. Sure, it's like fishing with dynamite.
exactly.
It's pretty much anything will set them off.
Exactly. And then with women, it's been interesting because it's not always necessarily about being erotic per se.
hmm
It can be just about pure power exchange and that cathartic release. And with men, I feel like they are, although there are men who come to see doms just for the cathartic release and not sexual at all too, but it's much more fewer and far between. A
Yeah.
lot of them want to kind of get off in a certain way, like some way.
Yeah,
And
we've sort of talked about men
right,
fantasizing about
right,
sexuality more directly,
right.
as opposed to intimacy
Yeah,
or the power exchange.
yeah.
Uh,
So, yeah, so there's like a lot of women are more like so even surprised when I get more erotic. It's like, oh, I wasn't expecting this, or.
Ha. Well,
But
it's
then there's
interesting. Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
there's also I've also been going on a lot of dates with girls lately.
Oh,
And all of those girls really love getting fucked really hard.
sure. Yeah,
So there's
that's
that
been my
too.
experience too.
But
Yes.
it's so great to play with somebody, all these people who've been fantasizing about this for years, and just the first time giving themselves permission to go for it. And, as soon as I give them permission, you know, by bending them over or putting them on their knees, they just completely unravel and so ready and receptive. And it's just so wonderful to see.
Yeah, and it's probably, I mean, I would imagine that women who are open
Hmm.
to playing with other women, there may be
Hmm.
something there too to the fact that
Hmm.
women are going to be far more politically dominated by men for the next several years
Yes,
because of the
yes.
horrible nightmare world we're living in. So
Yeah, yeah.
there may be a sort of thing
Oh,
there of
definitely.
them being like, I'm going to be dominated by a woman. It'll be a sort of a transgressive
Definitely.
act in that
That's
way.
totally a thing. A lot of them express that, yes, like they're been interested in being dominated, but they're too defensive with men. Like they don't feel
Yeah.
like they want to be dominated by men, but
Yeah,
so
yeah.
they're seeking after a female dom. Um,
Yeah, it's I mean it's sort of an
even
interesting
though
thing.
even though they might be like, bisexual or even more straight leaning.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's interesting. I mean, I know that, obviously I've played with a lot of submissive women in the past, and
Mhm.
like
Mhm.
if you call somebody, say, a slut within the context of sexual
Mhm.
activity, that's
Mhm.
a thing that many people like, who are,
Mhm.
very very
Mhm.
ardent feminists in the world, but
Yes.
then within the context of
Yes.
the bedroom, they're in the act of submission, they enjoy
Mhm.
that. I
Yeah,
haven't,
definitely.
I'm probably not. I don't have quite the sample size that you do at the present,
Mhm.
but I do sort of wonder, yeah, the degree
Yeah.
to which, I would imagine, as a woman, being called a slut by a man right now
Mhm.
probably feels
Yeah.
worse than in the past.
Totally.
Just doesn't,
Totally. There's
it's not the same
um
thing.
yeah, there's a certain level of guard and defensiveness that's
Mm-hmm.
just doesn't exist when even without BDSM, just when you're having sex or being erotic um with between women, two women.
Right.
That it's just the energy just flows right in, and
Yeah. And you're not
both
working
party are
against societal
exactly.
norms in the same way,
um
right?
or just like this kind of guardedness with like, oh, I need like some kind of almost instinctual defensiveness of like, like I must protect myself against this man who's trying to impregnate me, kind of
Yeah, yeah, no, we're very
like
threatening.
level of
We're
instinctualness that doesn't exist when it's another woman. um
yeah, I definitely
that
hear
I
that.
very much enjoy that.
That's why I
Yeah.
always tell them online that I'm another pretty lady. Obviously, it's a
Oh.
system to increase
Uh-huh.
comfort. It's for their own good. I don't
Sure.
know. I
Just catfishing.
exactly. Oh, sometime we can talk about catfishing. I've had some wild experiences with that lately.
Oh yeah, sure,
Um,
sure.
uh, all right. Well. So,
Yeah.
is there any other sort of things you want to, let's say, get off your chest about what I'm now calling the Trump bump?
Trump bomb.
I
Yes.
know, I know. In your
I love
experience, it's
it.
bigger than I'm sure any actual Trump bump would be. But um,
Yes.
yeah. So if there's
Um, no, it was just a little observation I had because I was trying to think about what this surge came about, how did it come
mm-hmm.
about? And I was like, oh, is it the 50 Shades of Grey effect? But I was like,
Hmm.
no, that's like a few years ago. It doesn't seem aligned. It's not necessarily the type of people who are reading 50 Shades of Grey. So I
Yeah.
was,
No,
and
they just
then
look
I
at the
realized,
Snapchats.
yeah, and then I realized during the election, everybody canceled. I was on tour,
Mm.
and everybody just canceled, and people were just too depressed
Too
like
scared, too depressed.
to I think be sexual.
Yeah,
And
and now they've entered a new
yes,
bacchanalia
yeah,
as
and
the
so
Roman Republic melts around our knees.
yeah, so like around like a few weeks later, like starting like the beginning of December, it's just been like this new wave.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyways, that's about it. And
N- New wave submission. I think we've just
new
found
wave
yeah, a
submission.
nice little
Yes,
brand for the movement.
yes.
Um, cool. Well, we'll check back
Put
in
it in the
soon.
history books.
Hell
um
yeah. Well, cool. I think that this
Thank
is great. We'll
you.
check back in and we'll talk
Yeah,
soon.
I'm gonna be going out to dinner now with my little boy toy,
Oh.
and be teasing him all throughout dinner.
Whew.
Maybe I'll put him in a little chastity cage
Whew. Dare I
while we
ask,
go
what's for
out.
dessert?
Well,
Yeah, you'll have to
we'll,
let me know next
we'll
time.
have
All right.
to check in after and the next time. Yes.
All right.
Okay.
It's a pleasure. We'll talk soon.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.